Welcome back, trainers. So we have some very interesting information here found by PokeMiners, and that is going to be some new 3D assets for Mega Evolutions as well as Gen 6 Pokemon. It may seem that we have a wave of those coming very soon. We'll have to see here. Taking a look at their moves and stats as well. But before we do get to that, we do have the Route Maker and some more, including a new lure module, the Rainy Lure Module. And there are some of the images that are going to be displayed alongside it. You have like a water puddle there and then some rain, and it looks kind of like turquoise clear. Pretty neat. And then we also have a new icon for Pokemon Go, but most importantly, the Route Maker and some of those assets associated with it. This is going to be some interesting stuff here. I will put a link down below so you can take a look at all of the stuff that we are kind of going through quite fast here to the right. So you can kind of look at all that information. It's just really giving us the rundown at what these items are. It's not 100% as to how this is all going to work, but we are starting to piece it together here, and it's looking pretty fun. A Route Maker, huh? This is going to be something new. Very excited to see if we're going to be able to just throw down some pieces and make a route. It is going to have to be approved apparently, so we'll see how all of that does work. Now moving on to some of the newer Gen 6 that we have not seen yet. There's some very fun Pokemon that are going to be in here, and I can't wait. There are going to be a few that I want to specifically highlight that I'm excited for, as well as going over all of their other stats here to see what they have going down. I am a bit choppy on some of their names, so I'm kind of just going to skip over some of them and just going to look at the stats. So if you're kind of just listening, probably want to look at the screen for this part here. But there are some bits of information too that have been data mined that are pointing towards us having to flip our phone upside down to evolve a Pokemon. We'll get to that one. As a matter of fact, it is going to be the most anticipated one for myself here. Now going to the first one here, Skidoo. That thing actually looks pretty good, and I'm going to tell you its evolution here. Pure Grass type. Does have a decent CP, an okay attack here, but the moves is where I was kind of just intrigued. We have Vine Whip, Zen Headbutt, and Rock Smash for the quick moves. You know, Vine Whip is looking the best, but the charge moves, Rock Slide, Leaf Blade, Seed Bomb, and Brick Break, that is a bait city. And with that Rock Slide hard-hitting move here, because it is going to be weak to flying, it is going to have some nice coverage. That one's looking pretty good. Now, Panchamp, I am extremely excited for this one and its evolution. We're going to go ahead and take a look at those moves here and see what we have going on. But here are the 3D assets for some of the Mega Pokemon. Now, before we continue on, I want to put a disclaimer here. Some of these moves are subject to change. You never know what Niantic is going to do. And regarding the Mega Evolutions here, just because the 3D assets are added into the game files doesn't mean we're going to be seeing them anytime soon. We do have Mega Mewtwo Y and X. This is freaking nuts. This thing is, I don't even know how they're going to distribute this. Are there going to be new EX raid style things where, yeah, I know if you're thinking, well, EX raids at a time like this, well, remote ones, right? They could make it so you can't even show up in person. It's just simply going to all be done remotely, so no problem, right? Aegislash and its pre-evolutions. Now, this is a very interesting Pokemon because when it does fully evolve, its CP does go down because there are going to be two types to it. Okay, I'm going to show you here. There are no moves for it on the Go Hub, so we'll just have to wait and see what happens here. We can go over to Bulbapedia, but here we go. It's middle stage. It's going to have a max CP of 2,761. Double Blade, right? So Steel and Ghost type. This thing is going to be nuts. Okay, this thing is going to be a crazy Pokemon. Even its first basic stage is going to be able to perform potentially. Then we have Aegislash dropping CP down to 1803 and a very low attack of 97, but a massive defense of 291. That's just due because this Pokemon is going to be gaining defense and losing attack when it does go into this kind of defense form mode. And I do have the shiny sprite. That's not its original sprite that you're seeing of a GIF here to the side. So very excited for Aegislash. We're all anticipating this thing, so it's not like, you know, a big mystery as to, oh, nah, it's not that good. No, we're not really excited for that. Everybody wants it. So moving on here, we have this very interesting fairy, and then its evolution here, which is a very funny looking Pokemon, pure fairy type. And kind of a funny name, Aromatisse. Let's go ahead and take a look at the moves. Charge Beam, Charm. And for the charge moves, Moonblast, Psychic, Thunderbolt, and Drain Kiss. Drain Kiss may be interesting. And I'm not really going to throw this one to the curve. It does have some potential. Anything with a Charm move and the Charm actual typing is going to be doing decent. Moving on here, this is kind of like a dessert Pokemon. Tackle, and Drain Kiss, and then Energy Ball. So it's not, just a basic Pokemon with not really very many moves here. Slurpuff is a fairy type. All right, obviously another dessert Pokemon here from its pre-evolution. It's going to have Tackle and Charm for its quick moves. For the charge moves, Flamethrower, Play Rough, Drain Kiss, and Energy Ball. Actually doesn't look bad. Actually doesn't look too bad. Now here we go. This is the one I want the most. Here we go. So Inkay is the Pokemon that does require you to lift your Game Boy, your DS, whatever, back in the day, upside down for it to evolve. I remember my friend first showing me this, and I was like, what the heck? That's new. So it's going to be a Dark and Psychic type. I personally think one of the best typings here. Stats are looking mediocre, but that's okay. Let's go ahead and take a look at the moves. You're going to be very surprised. So for the quick moves, Psycho Cut and Peck. Psycho Cut, that's where it's at. Charge moves, Hyper Beam, meh. Foul Play, let's go Stab. Superpower, oh boy, I love it. And Psybeam, it's whatever. But I'm looking at Superpower and Foul Play mixed with Psycho Cut. Oh boy, this thing is going to be a freaking good Pokemon. I can't wait, and the moves are decent, but I just love squids. Did you know that they're one of the most intelligent creatures? Yeah, definitely a fun and interesting animal. Sea creature. And then moving on here, I was never a fan of this thing. It's very weird. It's a rock and water type, but it is pretty good. I remember my friend using it against me, and this is when I got out of Pokemon for a while, but I still had my team. But I didn't know the type, very confused. So for the quick moves, Fury Cutter, Water Gun, and Mud Slap, those are all good to go. For the charge moves, Stone Edge, Skull Bash, Grass Knot, and Cross Chop, I'm going to have to say that this Pokemon is pretty stacked and looking quite nice regarding PvP. Moving on, we've seen this one. We already talked about the Dragalge, so we don't really need to focus up on this one. It's looking okay. Definitely not going to downplay that it's going to be usable, but it's, could use better moves. Moving on here, we have this very interesting electric and normal type. So we're going to go ahead and just skip the moves because it doesn't even have a 1500 CP. Moving on to its evolution here, maintaining those typings, and yeah, I don't know, it's going to be another interesting Pokemon, something definitely for probably PvP. Quick moves are going to be Volt Switch, Quick Attack, and Mud Slap. For the charge moves, we have Grass Knot, Thunderbolt, Bulldoze, and I do believe Parabolic Charge here. So that's another new move that we're going to be seeing in Pokemon Go. Like I said, don't hold me to it if they don't have these moves when released. Niantic could switch it up, but more than likely you're going to be seeing these. All right, now moving on to Tyrant. This is going to be amazing. Rock and Dragon, are you kidding me? So it has an 1800 CP. What moves? Tackle, Dragon Tail for the quick moves. Stomp, Dragon Claw, and Ancient Power. Very interesting. Moving on to its evolution, Tyrantum here. It's going to have a CP of 3,537, attack 227, defense 191, and stamina 193. For its quick moves, we have Dragon Tail, Rock Throw, and freaking Charm. It has Charm. Let's go. It's weak to what? Fighting. Okay. All right. And Dragon. Okay. All right. For the charge moves, we have Stone Edge, Earthquake, Outrage, and Crunch. Okay. I like it, guys. This is going to be a killer Pokemon for sure. I love it. If it actually maintains those moves upon release, then boy, oh boy, that thing's going to be wow good. All right. So moving on to the next one here, we have Amira. I think that's how you say it. Rock and Ice type. So it's going to be very, very weak to fighting. Let's see if he has anything to deter that. Quick moves, Powdered Snow and Frost Breath. Charge moves, Wither Ball, Thunderbolt, Aurora Beam, and Ancient Power. It's just the first stage, so nothing to be too concerned about regarding those moves there, although they're pretty decent, I suppose, but nothing to deter fighting. Moving on to its evolution here, maintaining the Rock and Ice, so extremely weak to fighting still here. Very interesting Pokemon. Looks like a dragon, to be honest. For the quick moves, Powdered Snow, Frost Breath, and Rock Throw. Okay. For the charge moves, Blizzard, Hyper Beam, Weather Ball, Thunderbolt, and Ancient Power. Honestly, this is looking like a pretty decent Pokemon with some okay moves. Moving on to one that I know a lot of people want to see is Sylveon. It's going to be a pure fairy type. Now, here's the question. Is it going to be a good fairy type? Yeah, it's going to be okay. There's going to be better ones, though, for PvP and for raids. Quick moves are going to be Charm and Quick Attack. Charge moves are going to be just fairy all over the place, so that one's going to be exciting. Then we have Halucha. Another very interesting Pokemon here, which there's only 2 Pokemon that can learn that Flying Press currently, which is going to be Pikachu Libre and this. Quick attacks, wing attack, low kick, poison jab, charge moves, flying press, sky attack, X scissor, and power up punch. Actually looks pretty decent again. Am I being a little too lenient on some of these Pokemon and saying everything's going to be good? I don't think so. I think I'm being fair. I think these are actually going to show some promising potential, or at least some fun spice. Moving on to the wannabe Raichu. It's going to be Electric and Charm here. It's a funny little Pokemon. Just no evolutions, just this. Thundershock and Tackle. Charge moves, Play Rough, Discharge, and that new Electric move again. So, could have some potential. Moving on to a Rock and Fairy type. Very interesting. Let's see what moves it does have. It's going to be Tackle and Rock Throw for the quick moves. Charge moves, Moonblast, Rock Slide, and Power Gem. Okay, moving on to a very funny Dragon type. The first is Gumi. You have its head rolling around for its first stage, and then it evolves and stays to the Dragon typing, and it looks very, very silly, to be honest. It's still a very cool Pokemon concept here. Tackle, Water Gun for the charge moves, or for the quick moves. Charge moves, Sludge Wave, Dragon Pulse, Muddy Water. What? Looking pretty good. Final evolution. Goodra, max CP 3,963, attack 220, defense 241. So it's looking pretty nice. Quick moves are going to be Water Gun and Dragon Breath. Let's go! We have a Dragon Breath user. Charge moves, Draco Meteor, Power Whip, Sludge Wave, Muddy Water. This thing's going to be stacked. Oh yeah! Dragon Breath? Draco Meteor is going to be crazy, I guess, but I'm looking at these nice moves like, say, Sludge Wave, Power Whip. We sure do have a lot of good Pokemon on the horizon. Now, moving on to the legendaries here. Fairy type 1. This one is, it's cool. I just never found the design all appealing to myself personally, but its counterpart. Oh, well, look at that. For its quick moves, we have Tackle, Zen Headbutt, charge moves, Mega Horn, Close Combat, Giga Impact, Thunder, Moonblast. It's a big nope, to be honest with you. For PvP at least. And then for its counterpart, Yveltal, which is going to be Dark and Flying. Max CP 5,004. Oh, it's just a 5,004. It's level 50. Quick moves are going to be Zen Headbutt, Dragon Tail, and Bite. Charge moves, Hyper Beam, Earthquake, Outrage, Bulldoze, and Crunch. Is that okay? I honestly think that's going to be better because you have moves that take less energy for PvP. And then for the final one here, Zygarde. Very interesting on how they're going to release this. You're going to actually maybe collect smaller parts to finally equip it to make its full form. We'll have to see. But if you did enjoy this video, folks, please give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new. Turn notifications on, and I'll be keeping you up to date. Take care, trainers.